Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. We gotta do what I do for you. Got some nice lesson for you today. Some of us gonna like it, some of us won't, but can say come sa. You know the deal. Let's go. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. The numbers say they interested, so I'm gonna keep doing what I do for you. Let's go. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is way of life, and that's what it is when it's done right. Through mental and spiritual disciplines practiced daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. You know I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. It's okay. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, truth. Right thinkers, let's talk about religion. Yeah, I'm still on that kick because I'm trying to just give you information about religion. I'm not ragging on it. I'm just giving you facts about it. Okay, understand that. Fear and ignorance are the tools of the belief system. Well, which, again, when I make a statement, I'm going to back it up with my facts and my proof to substantiate my statement. You don't have to agree, like, or understand it. I want you to understand it, but my point is, it's just mine. I'm giving it to you, and there's a lesson in there. Another thing. Now, let's talk about this religion thing that y'all so bent on. I'm a believer. I believe in God. I believe in Christ. Okay, I get it. I hear you. Now let me speak. Don't believe in Christ. Don't believe in none of the religious nonsense. Oh, you blasphemous. No, I have an opinion of my own. I'm entitled to that, just like you are. I ain't knocking yours. I'm just explaining what I know about yours. So if you're scared and you're ignorant, you want what? One of the you are one of those who want something to save them. Jesus coming back to save us. 144,000. That nonsense. That's belief. No facts, no empirical proof, but you have the right to believe that. Moving on. I choose not to. Just like you got the right to follow me, and some of y'all choose not to. I ain't got a problem with that. Fear, first of all, comes from what? Not knowing. That's how the belief system tricked you into what? Believing. If you're ignorant, you gravitate to anything that sounds good or may seem to appear like it's going to be beneficial to you. That's being ignorant of yourself. But if you know yourself, hence know thyself, you can't get me with belief. Moving on. When you know yourself, you have no fear. You have no ignorance of yourself. Why? Because you and God are one. That's the goal of right thinking philosophy, to get you to that point for yourself. So when they come out with the belief deal, I pass. Why? I got something better. Simple. If it's working for you, that's what you do. If religion works for you, by all means, go for it. I see it working. I understand what it is. I just don't participate. I got something else. That's it. And understand this. If you are a belief system follower, you fear the wrath of God. Ooh, because you don't know God. If you knew God, there's no fear. They said, God fearing men. No, we fear not knowing God. Okay? Why? Because then you got problems. If you know God, you got the best man of the land with you. You good to go. That's the difference. If you don't know God, you can told this is God. He wants you to do this. God said do that. Moving on. I'm a God servant. I don't believe in God. How can you be a God servant? I know God. See, knowing and belief can't occupy the same space. You either got one or the other. Moving on. I'm a God servant, and I look at my job for God is to what? Enlighten those who don't know him. I'm trying to get you to understand you can know him on your own terms, and this is the things I give you, you can do to make that happen. That's it. That's all I got for you. So I'm not here trying to sell you Billy Goods. I'm not here trying to change your religion. None of that nonsense. I'm just trying to give you information. We're in the information age. I'm right on time. Why? I got a bunch of information. Useful information, not just random information. No, useful information. Knowledge is power when it's implemented and used correctly. Having it means nothing. Moving on. They scare you. The belief system scares you into believing in their God. You hear what I said? Their God, which is outside of yourself. Whenever I hear somebody tell me God is up high, God is in the burning bush, God come down and take man up to heaven, not buying none of that. And all that's part of the belief system. Moving on, just laying it out there. I ain't got time. Remember, my brothers and sisters, we are not what? Permitted to die. Excuse me, to read the, oh, excuse me, no. Remember, 100 years ago, 1,500 years ago, we were not permitted to read. Remember, the law was you teach a black person to read, the penalty was death. So they wasn't trying to get us to read. And we are the originators of the art. Another lesson. But think about it. They promise you, like my man Reverend Ike say, they promise you the pie in the sky. When? After you die, you go to heaven. What I get right here? Oh, you catching hell here. Don't worry about it. You go to heaven when you die. We living in heaven down here. It's okay. If somebody else's heaven is your hell, they're doing something to you that you should not accept. Why? You can be living in heaven too. Why them? Okay, that's the difference. The playing field is not level. Understand that. But in spirituality, the playing field is level. They don't hold the upper hand in spirituality. Another lesson, get you that lesson. But that pie in the sky by and by after death nonsense, that's so they can slave you here in this world. Obey your master. They were talking about your slave master. I've been reading the Bible all my life. I don't get it for okay, but a lot of people have been doing the same thing a lot of time and missed the boat. That don't mean nothing. It's there. You just misunderstand it and misinterpret it, like most of the people do with that book. Moving on. Now, where we at? They promise, okay, religion, understand this, is called a belief system. Right thing philosophy, Maya philosophy, is called a spiritual mystery system. Religions are like gangs. Again, I hate that. I'm a Christian. I'm a Jew. I'm a Muslim. So what? And after that, y'all just like the gangs. All you want to do is rap. I'm from Newark. I love rapping where I come from. I used to rap being a drug dealer. Okay, when you get better and understand certain things, now I'm rapping God. Nobody wants to be bothered with me. Okay, but again, religions, y'all are like gangs. And I'm a Christian. I'm a Jew. I'm a Muslim. Okay, we all have different gods. No, just they call God by a different name, and just that is enough to start wars. Really? Don't make much sense to me, but that's the fact. Again, I'm not giving you my belief. I'm giving you facts. If you don't believe in our God, according to Muslim, Christians, and Jew, they tell you what? Tell them, Gino, you're going to hell. Newsflash. I'm already in hell. Spiritual people are different than religious people. Religious people fear going to hell. Just told you. Spiritual people already been through hell. You can't scare me with hell, man. I've been there. What else you got? Moving on. How can you go to hell? Here you go. When you're already in hell. Okay, this is the lowest level on the realms. The tie, physical, heaven. We trying to get to heaven. They promise you that after death. No, you can do that while you're alive. Raise your consciousness, live better, and be better. That's the heavenly state of mind that all right thinkers would do if you what? Know thyself. That's the state ticket to get to heaven. When you claim to go, they're going to send you to hell for whatever, and you're already in hell, a.k.a. that ignorant state of mind puts you in hell. Simple as that. Not knowing thyself, oh, you're going to catch hell. Don't worry. All right? How can you, okay, next one. Ignorance has always been a problem for us as a people. Ignorance is another tool of what? The belief system. Why? They can enslave you, manipulate you, and they can tell you what to think and how to think. I'm trying to get you to think right, positive, intuitive, knowing thyself. Not what I say. I'm not trying to lead you nowhere. To God for your own self. That's it. Not a bunch of fairy tale stories, whole bunch of superstitious nonsense. I'm just giving it to you real, straight to the point. Like I give it to you, straight, pure, no cut, no lies. Not knowing yourself is being ignorant. And being ignorant means they can tell you anything. And from the looks of some of the stuff I read in that book, that's just what they're doing. The belief system gives you commandments. My philosophy, with the two confessions, holds you accountable to do things you need to do for yourself. Okay? To follow right thinking philosophy, it gives you principles and knowledge that you can live by and manifest for yourself. If I say the 42 confessions in my yacht saved me from doing a whole lot of dumb stuff, well, maybe I might want to check that out. You think? And if I said the 10 Commandments helped me change my life, check that out too. I ain't saying it don't work. I ain't saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't subscribe to it. That's all. You can use it. It's another tool to what? Help you know thyself from their perspective. I ain't got a problem with that. With knowledge, with self-knowledge. And knowledge of self being what? Told. Something that makes no sense. When I'm listening or reading some of the stories in the Bible, if I was 4 or 5 years old, I might buy into that because I don't know no better, so I got to go with that. But as a grown man with knowledge and understanding, that don't fly with me. Understand that. Moving on. I ain't going to sit and beat that dead horse. The belief system, what? Won't tell you the truth. But does God... The belief system won't tell you the truth. Why? Because they really don't know the truth. They think and believe they got something, and it's not what they think it is. I'm just saying, hey, if you know the truth, aka thyself, God, then you wouldn't be religious. And all religion know that if the people wake up and realize they can get to God on their own, that shoots their whole business plan out the window. And the Pope, the 10th Pope, whatever that Victor or somebody, he said, look at all the money we making off of these ignorant people and this guy we created called Jesus. Again, I'm just saying, where's that at? I didn't just make it up. I get information as I go through my days, and I hold it to memory. It's not my job to tell you who said it. No, I ain't got time for that. So it's some things that I learned, and I just manifest. Not that I teach them. I only teach them what? After I manifest them. Some things I don't manifest. Wow, I just ain't a big deal. But if I use it, then I learn it, put it in an arsenal, got that little sprinkle of knowledge in my studies. So in my teachings, I got a little bit more. I can throw it to you. That's all. Information. Useful information. Fear. FEAR. False evidence appearing real. Just like your ego self. You bring it into existence. When good comes over, it's going to Step down. Why? You brought him into existence. It don't really exist like most of the stuff in this physical world. It's an illusion. Okay? I told you, all ignorant people, what? Fear death. I watched them squirm, scared to death of what? The physical world. Why? Because that's all you know. So when you know this over, you think that's it. And if you haven't gotten enlightened, for you, yeah, it is. Simple. I ain't got to sit here and make it. No, I could care less. Well, you say it's so harsh. I'm just saying the truth. I don't cut it. Something like that. Bam. Yeah. Deal with it. It's life. With self, what's this? AKA spiritual truth, there is no fear of death. Why? Because it's the birth into another life. If you understand that, if you just think this is it, then yeah. Okay. This is why I practice and do and live the way I do. Why? I'm preparing myself for that other life. This one here, I'm done with this. Why? It's going to run out. Don't fall in love with anything here. Why? You can't take it with you. But the knowledge and conscious, you can. Why? That's the ticket. Moving on. Yeah, that's right. Human beings will all die someday. Okay. But but your spirit lives on. And if you are conscious of who you are, your conscious goes with the spirit. It lives on. You claiming, well, I see you on the other side. Not if you don't make it. Okay? Some of us, you can tell by the life they live where they're going. It ain't hard to figure it out. If you say these are the rules to get here, they don't pass the rules, they can't get there. It's simple as that. You ain't no different. You got your chance, living it to your best ability, being your best self. You might can get in. But if you just want to party here and have fun, you'll be back until you get tired of this. All right? I've been here long enough. I'm tired. I'm out. Moving on. Symbolically. Death. What's this? For the ignorant is the end all be all, and that scares the hell out of them. But you fear what? What you don't know. When you're ignorant, you are scared to death. Why? Because you don't know you're going to the unknown. Oh, I don't know what's there. Sam Cooke tell you, I don't know what's on the other side. Nobody do. Okay, nobody came back to tell us. But we can conceptualize, theoreticalize, whatever you want to do. But it's all, they give you the rules. Do the right thing. Thank you, Spike Lee. All the other stuff is all window dressed. Aki said, if I didn't go to church, I just wouldn't be fellowshipping with Christians. I would still be who I am. Why? I did it on my own. Don't need the church for that. Sorry. The ego, again, that false sense of security in yourself fears death. Why? Because it has edged God out of the life and it don't know nothing else. It's trying to get the concept. Wrap it up. Courage. Don't mean I'm ready to take on the world. No. Courage and knowledge are the tools of right thinkers. I got the courage to stand up for what I know and believe is right. That's courage. To carry down because, well, you know, nope. I'm standing on mine. I told you, I stand on what I believe. Even when I was wrong, I stood on it. Paid for it. Okay, I ain't doing that no more. Now I'm standing on the truth. I ain't got a problem with that. Moving on. Let me wrap this up again. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm just trying to let you know that thing, belief system that y'all so in love with, take a good look at it. You have to have courage. Okay, first of all, to do what? The right thing. It's easy to follow. It's easy to do or give in. But to do the right thing when? Daily, no matter what, that's courage. I've been here for 5 years doing what I do. I'm not bragging, but that's courage. Why? Sometimes I might say, man, I don't want to do that nonsense. Low views, man, nobody care. But courage to go on, yeah. I know what I'm doing. It's good, so I'm going to continue to do it. When you realize it's good, you're coming, tune in. Let's go. Let me wrap it up. Daily study is what shows your higher self, God, what show yourself approved. You put yourself in working position to what? To know thyself. When you put in work in to study, to manifest what you're learning, that's putting work in for your higher self. That would be recognized and rewarded with what? Blessings. When stuff just work out, when stuff just fall, those are blessings. And you only get them when you what? Do the right thing. So it shouldn't be a surprise. I expect them at this point in life. Now, with courage and knowledge of self, who needs a damn religion or a church? Just live, do, and be, and everything else will come to you. I go to church every week to fellowship and to get the biblical lessons that my pastor, who I trust respectfully in the religious and biblical concept, he gives me good advice in life. I use it. That's how I know it's good. Why? I use it. Excuse me. Just like a right thinker who practices my philosophy, let me know it works. Yeah, I know that too. Why? I use it. My pastor feels the same way about his biblical views and concept that he's been practicing for over 40 years. I ain't going to sit and say he don't know. He know what he's doing. Okay? Even if I don't subscribe to it or agree with it, it still works for him and those who follow him. On Sundays, I'm one. Rest of the week, I do me. Right thinking philosophy is a philosophy and it's based on principles, not characters. No, I understand storytelling. I tell them every day. So, but don't tell me they real when they're not. That's a lie. Let me know what you're talking about before you talk. Because if you got me thinking one thing, then I'm really being led astray or the wrong way. And that's what religion does. Takes you away from who? The God in you and put him outside, have you chasing that proverbial carrot that you'll never get. Sorry about that. Right thinking philosophy, again, is based on principles that you can learn and daily practice of it, you will master the qualities that you need to make yourself a better person. That's the end game for right thinkers. Know thyself. Wrapping it up. Now, I'm as proud as my right thinker, being a master of my right thinking philosophy, as every preacher or bishop who feel in their belief system. Trust me, I'm as dedicated as I am to what I'm doing as y'all are to what you're doing. I don't have a problem with that. That don't mean we got to be enemies. My best friend is a pastor from a Christian-based philosophy that we communicate every day. No problems. So you have a different God name, you have a different God faith and belief. That don't mean you're wrong. That don't mean we got to be at odds. It just means that we're serving somebody who we call different, but it's how we treat each other that makes the difference. If you can't get along with somebody because of their belief, that's a you problem, not mine. I don't have that issue. Moving on, that's the lesson. Again, those are the tools of what? The belief system. Fear and ignorance. Right thinker takes care of both of them. So I eradicate that problem. Moving on, hope you enjoyed the lesson. And in closing, you know the deal. May all right thinkers live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinker like you have passed away. Don't go for the belief system. I'm just saying. I'm out.